Well, most people associate Captain Morgan with the iconic image on the rum bottle, but it's much more for Fritz Hanselman. The Texas State University professor is just back from a mission to the Caribbean to find the lost ships of the real-life privateer. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You've been at this for a little while, since 2010.
We found some cannons in the original survey in 2008, and we came back in 2010 to recover them.
What kind of shape were they in? I mean, they went down with the ship in 1671.
They're in very good shape.
Yeah.
It's interesting because what happens is the cannons over time became encrusted with coral and rock. The guns are largely intact, and we have a lot of really interesting markings that do lead us to believe that they could very well be Henry Morgan's.
Captain Morgan rum people gave you a grant to continue the research in the underwater archaeology.
Yes.
You came up with the shipwreck.
The shipwreck itself is really cool.
Yeah.
And that's it was one of those things where it was under sand, it was buried, and we were testing this one area, and the more we uncovered, the more excited we became. The sand creates that kind of anoxic environment where no oxygen gets to the wood, so it preserves the organic material.
340-year-old shipwreck in front of you, and how deep down are you?
We're only 30 feet deep.
And this summer, what else turned up at the site?
Well, we took a sample of artifacts that we hope to use to help us identify the wreck's origin and its identity. Chief among those would be some lead seals that had inscriptions on them, a sword that's concreted, so we have a really neat sword, and if we get the concretions off of that, then we might be able to find more markings. And one of the more interesting artifacts was a wooden chest. We have a wooden box that we pulled off, and everybody's dying to know what's inside. This
is off the community of Colon in Panama. What are you doing to preserve the site to make sure curiosity seekers don't, infringe on the space there?
That's one of the risks that we run in this, doing underwater archaeology. There's a lot of surge, there's a lot of sand movement on the seafloor, and we cover it back up when we're done. And that way, it's not easy to find, and you need to kind of have the same equipment and tools that we have to be able to locate the site.
But the things that have been lifted out of the water, they're in Panama with the government there?
Yes, the artifacts that we recovered in the conservation lab of the Patronato Panama Viejo, or the Old Panama Trust, which it's an NGO that's dedicated to preserving, investigating, and protecting the ruins of the original Panama City, which Morgan sacked in 1671 after he lost the ships that we were looking for.
So what's next for you?
Just once you're done with your fun in the water, you have to come back home and write about it. We plan on going back to continue looking for more of Morgan's lost ships.
Professor Hanselman, let us know when you open that chest. I'm dying to find out what's in it. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.